Yvonne Matthews is a tall guy. He is 6'6" tonight. He's walking with a cane after being shot while trying to stop a robbery in this convenience store.
In my eyes, man, I don't look at it as being a hero. I look at it as doing the right thing.
It was mid-afternoon Wednesday. 35-year-old Javon Matthews had stopped at this East Market Street convenience store for a drink. While inside, he realized the place was being robbed at gunpoint.
The guy walked in and I heard him say something about put all the money in the bag.
Seconds later, Matthews says the robber fired a shot at the clerk and tried to get over the counter. That's when Matthews got involved and grabbed the gunman. More shots were fired.
Look, man, I don't advise this. I don't advise this. There's a lot of brave people out here that are tired of the crime. I've been doing stories on these people. Have you noticed that? That I've been highlighting those people. No other channel highlights those people. The people that are fighting against all odds. The people that are standing up to this crap. Even though I tell you guys, don't do that. And I tell you guys don't do that because you guys send me super chats. You guys send me PayPal. You guys send me Cash Apps. So there's a level of, care for you guys' well-being, man. You guys share my videos. I gotta keep it real with y'all. Don't do this. This brother's lucky to be alive. And so all the other people I highlight on this channel that step in and show extreme bravery and courage. And split-second decisions. I mean, these are split-second decisions. This isn't like you're sitting home, you're mulling it over, hemming and hawing. This is the thing you got to... No, this is boom. What you gonna do? But I tell you, don't do it. You can't compete with someone who will kill you over a Snicker bar. A dirty look. A rumor. A PlayStation controller. You can't compete with that. So the people I show you that survived, it's like the Bulls. The Bulls didn't go 82-0. The Bulls lost some games every now and then. I mean, look, I remember the Bulls had some tough games against the Knicks, Pacers. There were some teams that, the Pistons, of course, but the Bulls didn't win every game. But they won a lot of them, and they won the ones that mattered. So, don't take this guy surviving this and think that he was definitely, the guy was trying to kill him.
He realized the place was being robbed at gunpoint.
The guy walked in and I heard him say something about put all the money in the bag.
Seconds later, Matthews says the robber fired a shot at the clerk and tried to get over the counter. That's when Matthews got involved and grabbed the gunman. More shots were fired.
Got shot in my leg and my arm.
Police say there was a struggle for the gun, and Matthews was able to get it. The suspect managed to get away, but police picked him up in the neighborhood.
I would expect somebody to do the same for me, so, I stepped up as a man, and I did what a man should do.
For coverage now, kidnapped, beaten, and robbed. That's what two tourists had to endure while visiting Nashville. The crime started on Broadway and ended on the side of the interstate. News 2's Mai Owen spoke with people in the area who say, sadly, this type of crime is becoming more common.
Wait, what? What? This type of crime is becoming more common. Tourists being kidnapped and robbed by sunmen in Nashville. And as we all know, Nashville is just like any other place in the Sun Belt. Detroit, Miami, Atlanta. A beautiful city. Except for where one certain group lives. And now it's not even just where that group lives like it used to be back in the day. If you stayed away from those people, you were fine. Now, since 2020, they've come out of their shell. They've been granted immunity, given carte blanche. So now it's getting dicey everywhere.
Now kidnapped, beaten, and robbed. That's what two tourists had to endure while visiting Nashville. The crime started on Broadway and ended on the side of the interstate. News 2's Mai Owen spoke with people in the area who say, sadly, this type of crime is becoming more common.
The frightening crime starting downtown on Broadway. When two tourists left a bar, their night took a sudden turn.
Do you think there's a reason they're showing these people? How many of y'all know how these things work? They're showing the people that are downtown, the people who go to the bistros, buy dinner. You know, the bill's $100, $200. You leave a $40 tip, $50 tip. You pay for parking in a deck. You know, you go to a movie, maybe go dancing, and go have some music. Look how clean the streets are. It's a certain type of crowd downtown. They're trying to paint that picture for you. Very liberal people. They're masking up. You know, they're with the whole, mask thing, the liberal thing. Now, they're not too kind. Now, they don't live with some people, but they know that it's not polite to talk about, the surge in crime, the state of the public school system, how violent and how he can't send your kids to the public school, even though they pay. This is the tax base. They still can't take advantage of public services like the parks, the schools, because some people are there and those places are now very dangerous. But you can't talk about it because it's not polite, it's not proper. Let's just give them people services and, defund the police, right? Because every time the police comes up to one of them, they beat them up for no reason, right? That's what's happening, right? I mean, that's what I hear. These people would never go near a real neighborhood, a Sun Belt neighborhood, know what really goes on. I mean, that's what I'm hearing. Like every time cops come up, they just start punching and for no reason, and they're throwing them in jail for no reason. Like they're grabbing doctors and lawyers and just throwing them in jail and pinning crimes on them. Right? That's what's happening. Right? I mean, that's what I'm hearing on CNN and MSNBC. So these people. They watch CNN, they watch MSNBC. They don't care that all these people that have been coming over from the Taliban, the people that get kicked out of fleeing the Taliban. None of them people have been tested for COVID. All the people coming across the border, none of them tested for COVID. They're just coming across the border. They're just coming into the cities and living. But these people are still running around with masks on.
The frightening crime starting downtown on Broadway. When two tourists left a bar, their night took a sudden turn.
I see it getting worse every day, especially with tourists. They come in, they trust people, and they do things they shouldn't do.
Tony Harden works on West End and says he sees it all too often. According to Metro Police, the two victims were visiting the Music City from Virginia when they got into a car hoping to buy marijuana.
This place to come and have fun, but you got to stay safe. Yeah, because like I said, they're very lucky they get to go home.
Driven to the Wells Fargo Bank on West End Avenue, the crime escalates. There, detectives say the suspects demanded PIN numbers and ordered the tourists to withdraw money from their accounts. Pulling out a semi-automatic gun, one of the victims complied, while the other refused, trying to fight off the robbers.
I've been coming to this particular bank, for I think at least 15 years, and I go to the ATM all the time after hours, and sometimes 2 and 3 in the morning. I couldn't imagine even thinking about this kind of thing happening at this particular branch. I've always just thought of it as a super safe area.
And look, this woman should think this. If she watches MSNBC or CNN, that's why you guys got to share my videos, because even though this woman is a liberal, this is somebody's mom, man. This is somebody's grandma. This is somebody's wife. She has no idea how much danger she's in. Coming to an ATM at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning? In Nashville? I mean, and listen. This is how life is. I mean, look, everybody doesn't experience these things. But if she keeps going to the ATM 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, sooner or later she's going to strike out. Sooner or later her luck's going to run out. Okay? You guys got to share these videos. You guys got to keep sharing these videos. Not on Facebook, because I don't want you to get your account messed up on Facebook. But you can share them on Twitter. I haven't heard any horror stories about Twitter, but Facebook, do not share my videos on Facebook. But share them on Twitter.
Well, I've been coming to this particular bank, for I think at least 15 years, and I go to the ATM all the time after hours, and sometimes 2 and 3 in the morning. I couldn't imagine even thinking about this kind of thing happening at this particular branch. I've always just thought of it as a super safe area.
Investigators able to capture this photo, showing one of the robbers on the bank surveillance camera.
Definitely a mouth breather, man. So, look. No surprise here. Like, this doesn't make me feeling, I just don't understand. Some people feel some type of way. You making us look, but this is not me, man. I don't identify with this. Why do you identify with this? Why don't you identify with, like, great son people? And I'm not talking about, like, famous people, just great people in the dentist, the guy who's got his own practice on the corner, the contractor, the son contractor that's got his own, fleet of trucks, and, he's doing jobs everywhere. The guy who's opened up his own school for son children. I mean, really doing it, because it ain't that hard. Why do they only identify with these people? You making this? I don't feel like this reflects on me at all. I feel like this reflects on me now. If I can't be mad if someone sees me, like, say I'm walking around. I used to go to this Jamaican restaurant in Maryland, and there was a bank behind there with a drive-through ATM. And I would park my car there because there was no parking on the street. It's terrible to park on the street. And I would walk around to the Jamaican spot. And, this big black guy, like, I'm big, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I dress, not all the way like a homie, but I'm more mature now, but I still got that homie dripping on me. People, they look like, you can see them, and I can't be mad. But do I feel like this reflects on me? I understand if somebody sees me, and if somebody's at the ATM and I walk past, and they're like, now another homie, they ain't tripping. Or another homie, they ain't even looking. But somebody that's working class or, a civilian type, I can't be mad if they think I'm up to something. Yeah, I don't take it personal. Now, if it's just Now, if they say something to me or, do too much, then yeah. But if they're just like, on guard, or you can tell when people are just bracing themselves, or people are tiptoeing around you, or people are giving you a lot of space, that's fine. I understand because of guys like this. But I don't feel like he represents me.
Imagine even thinking about this kind of thing happening at this particular branch. I've always just thought of it as a super safe area.
Investigators able to capture this photo, showing one of the robbers on the bank surveillance camera. Now residents like Rose Malillo, owner of the bar Belcourt Taps, says she's worried for her customers.
It's getting scary to think that our tourists and our people that are our patrons are going to be facing this kind of thing.
Police say the robbers drove off with the other victim still in their car, dropping him off on the side of the interstate. Maya Owens, News 2.
Now, Metro Police say the suspects were driving a black Ford Fusion, which has been recovered. One person is being questioned in connection to this crime.